everyone, and welcome back to the Tiger Den. I hope you guys are doing well. I know I'm starting a little early today. That's partially because of the fact I didn't start May. Oh my goodness, y'all would be so upset if I forgot May. Anyway, I am starting a little early today because of the fact I've been missing a lot of streams lately, and I want to actually give you guys some decent content and get things done. I've just been having a lot of mental issues and health issues and God knows what else. Anyway, I hope you guys are here to watch some streaming. I hope you guys are ready for some fun. Not really. You guys are just going to watch me paint. But who knows? Maybe that's fun for you. I decided to work on some bookmarks today. I do still have 8 trading cards I need to paint, but I decided to do some bookmarks because I'm going away this weekend, so I won't be able to stream Friday because I'll be leaving about 2 p.m. So I would be like an hour into stream or just starting stream, and I would have to leave. So I am not streaming this Friday. I'm heading over to my friends on a very time expensive ride. So I will be doing that. And 2 of the friends that are going, I haven't made bookmarks for, but I made bookmarks for everyone else that's going. So instead of making them feel left out, I decided to quickly make and knock out 2 bookmarks for them. So that is why I'm doing bookmarks today. I have not needed this eraser enough, but I'm sure it'll work. Let's get this rolled a little bit. See, I know kneaded erasers are supposed to be rolled like this, but I feel like it doesn't work at all. It's supposed to get the initial graphite up from the pencil and then make it lighter, but I feel like it doesn't work at all. So I just turn it into a normal eraser. I don't know why. It's just I'm probably doing something wrong, and that's why it's not actually working as a normal way of using a kneaded eraser. I'm trying to make these lighter. I don't want to necessarily lose all my details because they will be hard to see. So I am going to, yes, I'm trying to swap between kneading and, or rolling and erasing. So I'm not going to make these too light. So pencil marks may show through. Warning. I did leave them darker. I could have done the erasing last night when I designed, or not last night, I did it yesterday. It was during the day when I originally designed these, but I wanted you guys to see them a little bit before I started painting. These 2 were actually requested by my kids. They are not getting them. They were just, I told them, give me ideas, not necessarily that you're getting the bookmark. So one wanted a mermaid, one wanted a knight. The third one was off on Bandcamp, and the 4th one, well, can't talk yet. Not very well. And I'm sure it would have been like Mickey Mouse or some sort of fan art. I'm just slowly going through and erasing my lines. I already squirted my watercolor palette to try to start the activation. I'll probably have to re-squirt the top half. As you guys know, it eats water, or soaks up water ridiculously fast. Okay, this one's not getting as light as I hoped. I may have made this a little too dark when I was pencil sketching. That's fine. We're going to do the knight here. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do a basic silver knight or what I'm going to do. I haven't fully decided that yet. With these flowers, I'm going to kind of do like a random color background and then just kind of sketch them over top, is what I'm thinking.
Hello TTV_Izumomo.
Hi, Miss Thing. Hi, Izumo. Hi, Izu. Izumomo. Yeah.
Spill it.
Oh my goodness, May. But hello. It's been a while. How are you doing today? Welcome back to the Tiger Den. I am doing some bookmarks today. We're going to sketch out some bookmarks for the peoples who enjoy the things. Right now I'm just erasing my lines so that way I don't see my lines nearly as well as I should. Okay, there we go.
Good morning, TTV_Izumomo.
We're all waking up actually. Nice!
Rise and shine, ready to tackle the day? Don't forget to grab your coffee and let's conquer whatever challenges come our way together.
Coffee. Coffee is important. But alright, well, I hope you had a good night's sleep. Hope you had fun. And welcome in. I don't know what to say anymore. I am like so brain fried from everything I've been doing lately. There has not been a day that I haven't tried to be productive in the last like 3 weeks. So I've been doing flower stuff. I made a sword out of pipe cleaners. It's kind of cool. I've been reading. I've been working on business stuff, like making chains and bookmarks and trading cards, and I've done so much lately. It's insane. Alright, so we're going to pull out all our brushes so we can get the, like, 5 we need. Oh, there's my fine art pen. I didn't need to use the other one. Oh, well, it's fine. Found I forgot to fine line a piece of my art on one of my trading cards, so I got a different pen out to do it. Alright, I don't need the giant ones. This is detail work.
Crystal Light for the win. TTV_Izumomo. Stay hydrated.
Oh, interesting.
With your zero sugar water flavor packet. Who needs coffee when you have a delicious alternative like that? Keep sipping and enjoy your day.
Oh my goodness, May. I don't know how to make May's responses shorter. She talks forever. That's really cool. I don't tend to, I need coffee because water does not wake me up enough. Like, at all. So that's impressive that it wakes you up. All right, I'm going to use this one because I do want to add some leaves to the couch here for design. I need my small round brush. I'm probably going to go with the medium round brush. I don't know if I need this flat one. I know I don't need this one. Should probably have like all the detailed brushes out, so I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to grab all these.
That's completely fine. TTV_Izumomo.
Yeah. That's fair. I used to
for everyone.
I used to hate the taste of coffee.
You enjoy, like your Crystal Light.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own preferences when it comes to beverages.
Yeah, I used to hate coffee, but I've grown used to it due to the need of having problems with staying awake. Alright, so I have some reference photos I gotta pull up for these two. I'm gonna start with this one. Let me get up the reference photo here. All the way back to the beginning. Alright, so we got gray, we got skin color, we got blue, we got gold, and we got black and purple. Basically, we have all the colors. So I'm going to start with the skin color just so I can get most of it covered. And then I will move into the little bit more... Give me my brush. Get moved into a little bit more of the other details, probably the gray and the black of the shirt, and then from there to the purples, and so on and so forth. So let's start with the skin color, which has already soaked up all my water. Now, once again, this character is a bit on the light side. I need to get some, like, darker colors for darker skin tones still. And yes, I know my skin tone color, even for lighter shades, is not very accurate. I need more, like, blue or something in it. Okay. Yeah, it's like a touch too yellowy, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Now, the scarf is like a slight white with a little bit of, like, I don't know, a very faint amount of blue. I mean, very faint. So I may just make it a white, just to make it easy on me. Now I am going to go over with a fine liner and give some more of these details that I'm kind of painting over, because of the fact that, you know, I'm just getting addicted to fine liners is more accurate. Just so that way I can give a lot more emphasis on what is available in this and what isn't. Dip in the water a little bit here. Kind of spread this out. Because this the skin tone's getting a little thick down here. So I have been hosting watercolor workshops lately, and if anyone here is a fan of my Facebook page, you would see it. If you're not a fan of my Facebook page, please go on over to Facebook and follow Tiger Rosie Studios. You should see my character with a messy bun and some paint on the face, and that's how you know you are on the right page. But I'd very much appreciate having more followers to share and give more of the experiences with. There we go. Just a spot up here. There we go. That's a little better. Blend this out so that way it doesn't have a weird drying line. Okay. So we're going to let that dry for a minute. We're going to do the pants, which have a white versus skin tone. So we're going to do 2 piles of white with a little bit. I just squirted everything. Oh my goodness. So we're going to do a massive white pile with just a touch of blue. And then we're going to do a massive white pile with just a touch of flesh color. I think I have a nice kind of fleshy color here on my palette already, so I'm going to go ahead and mix some white with that. And white, all it does is essentially lighten the color, but it does change the color a touch. It's not very common for it to touch and change color with watercolor. You know, we do what we got to do. So this is a little too light, in my opinion. So we're going to take a little bit more color and bring it in. There we go. That's a little better. You know what? I can probably make this work for the blue, too. For the scarf. As you guys know, there's nothing true white in nature. I think that's where this was going. Add a touch of blue to this. Maybe a smaller touch of blue. There we go. Okay. Oh, I might have to add more blue. No, that's actually pretty accurate. That's good. There's no true whites in nature, so you always want to mix a little bit of color in. I'm going to add a little bit more blue, actually. Decided I am actually adding more blue. So when you go to paint anything, you do got to make sure that you mix your white with a little something just to give it a little bit more of a realistic nature to it. I know my background is basically white right now, and I need to decide what color to put in here. I haven't decided that, and I'm going to have to do it the hard way by painting around the character, because I didn't think to do it before the character. I also have to go around the character for the second one, because the cat's mostly white. So, you know, there's that. All right, now we're going to go with a gray. It is a kind of lighter gray, so I'm going to take some gray here. I'm going to mix it in with this little puddle that I have. I think I need to add some more whites, or just water. Let me add more water. Adding water does lighten the color as well. But it does also make it much harder to control because it's so wet. Now the gray is a little bit darker than this. I think I'm going to go over and do some layering with it. I think I might pull some of that gray in right now. It's getting a little too light here as I paint more. Now I am painting the whole head, but there are stripes on the head for the kind of like Cheshire Cat feel going on. This character is a lynx, so there is that. And yes, I'm trying to do a little bit of like kind of like drop-in color just to get a little bit more of that darker gray in areas that the gray kind of sits a little more. While also keeping that highlight area. There we go. That looks good. Okay, we have darker grays on the ears, which I'm going to let dry before we go after. The pants seem to be dry, but the scarf isn't. So we're going to sit here and let that dry for a minute, and we're going to move on to the cat one. So I'm going to pull up the reference photo for that. So here, it looks like it's almost like a tanny green color. So we're going to mix up some of the yellow ochre with a little bit of green, which I'm going to steal from this green over here on the side, and apparently kidnap a hare as well. So we're going to try and pull up some of this green and some of this green. Wrong one. That seems pretty close, but I think I'm going to add some tan in here, or some flesh color. Just kind of lighten it up a touch. And we're not quite there. Do a touch more yellow ochre. I think we're there. Let's go ahead and swatch it just to make sure this time. Yeah, that's pretty close. Okay, so we're gonna... Oh! Hello, Sheriff. Congrats on your first, and I shall hydrate, and I just threw something on the ground. Water. I threw a paintbrush on the ground because I'm good at that. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and paint around the cat because the cat has white features, so we do want that white to show through. So this one we don't have to worry about doing a background too much because the background is the couch. Now I am going to have to go in with the pH white even if I leave most of the cat white because I got to do the nice fuzzy features like the little furs sticking out from the cat. So I'm not too worried about being too accurate, but I'm going to do my best to not paint in the cat itself. I gotta be careful not to create weird lines on my couch here. As it dries, if you go back over it, it creates kind of like a water puddle look. Just a weird outline. So you gotta be pretty quick with watercolor. And once again, I'll probably go over this with some fine liner. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with using fine liner to bring my details back right now. I'm gonna blame my boss. She got me into using a lot more fine liner. Nope, I hit that foot a bit. That's fine. I'll have to use the pH Martins to whiten it. Now this cat is very white, so I'm probably going to actually use pH Martins and leave that nice bright white on it. Now in nature it's not a true white, but it's enough that I am going to leave it as white as possible. And paint in negative space here. Oops, dripped on that one. Okay. So is that one dry enough? Not quite, but I think I can get away with... No, I'm not going to get away with anything. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. So I guess I'm going to paint the... this mermaid next. I don't have any alcohol up here, so I don't know if I can do the cool bubble effect I learned. I think all my... Come on, where's that hair? I think all my alcohol is downstairs. Otherwise, I would do some cool bubbles that alcohol ink actually creates. It's so pretty. Why is this? I swear to God, there's no hair, and then as soon as I put my brush down, there's a hair. I don't know where it's hiding, but it's angering me. So this is a bit deeper in the ocean. I'm going to do it as her in the ocean instead of up above the water. So I am going to start with slightly darker blue up at the top. And apparently add some water because this one soaked up all my water as well. We're just going to do a nice dark blue up here. And as we get lower, it's going to become a darker and darker blue. Right about here, we're going to be pretty dark. Now the mermaid is getting slightly covered, and that's okay. That happens. And then we're going to go to this blue, which is even darker yet. And this is going to give us that feel of the ocean kind of sitting at the bottom of it. And then once I get those colors in, I'm going to come in here with my brush and just kind of blend them a little bit. Just that way we have that nice gradient kind of blend here. There we go. And with that, we still have to wait for the others to dry. The cat is almost fully dry, which is nice. I might go after her next right now. So I'm going to go after her with a slightly light, almost tannish gray. So I'm actually going to take this one, pull some of this one over here. Get a little bit more of that brown here. We're going to touch in that gray just a little bit. I'm going to bring that in just to kind of mute the color a little. And we're going to paint where the shadows are. So we're just going to kind of paint right here. And we want it nice and light because of the fact we want it to really outshine here. Then we have a shadow here. We have another one up here where the fur is. We have one right here between the legs. Oop, shit. Dropping my brush and painting other things that don't need painted. I'm so good at this. And I think that's it for the shadowing on the pretty kitty. There, a little bit on the face actually. And a much lighter gray here. We're going to just take this one over here. We're going to put it right here. And I think that's it for shadowing. We have like little tiny lines here and there. Yeah, we just have little tiny lines here and there. Just kind of paint those in. We have a little bit of the nose right here. Where'd that nose go? Right there. We're just doing the shadows as lightly as we can. Just that way we can have a little bit more definition later. We're painting in shapes basically to get in what we need. And then while that's drying, I'm also going to add in my pale pink here, which hopefully is still activated, even though it's dry as a bone. And we are going to add in the ears, which are essentially all pale pink with a little bit of white on the outside, which we will add on with the PH Martins. The ears do look a little wonky. I know, I'm sorry. I tried. I'm not good at cats. I'm sure I'm like screwing up the lines that I did initially anyway. There we go. That should be a little better. It's not perfect, but you know, we got what we got. So we're going to allow that dry. It looks like the first one is finally dry enough that we can go back in. We want a slightly darker gray, but not super dark like it currently is. So we're going to add some water and lighten it up. And then we're just going to go in here and hit these darker areas, which that is a little too light of gray. There we go. And then up here. Same thing on this side. Just hit up those darker areas. I don't have that reference photo up anymore. Now I do. And then we have a little bit coming in here, kind of shadowing the face. A little bit over here. Now this isn't going to be perfect. I am not used to doing people or anything like that. So it is looking a little wonky. I think when I add the fine liner pen, it'll help it a lot. Just to feel a little bit less weird. And then we have a little bit of shadowing down here. Following the kind of the wrinkles. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Wrinkles. I know what wrinkles are. I promise. This one has the lighter side on the outside, so we're going to go ahead and just kind of lighten this up a little bit. I do see that my gray up here from earlier did blend with my skin tone. So we're just going to soften that edge a bit, which may bring that gray into my skin. So we're going to kind of do this. I'd rather have the skin go into the scarf than the scarf into the skin. Okay, whatever. I'm messing with it and it's making it worse. Next step is this nice dark black on here. So I'm going to go ahead and mix some more of this pigment in this pan. And then we are going to add a teeny tiny touch of black. It's not going to be so black that I can't see my fine liner pen, but it's going to be pretty freaking dark. I'm going to check over here. It's a little too browny still. So a touch more black. There we go. That's a good one. Okay. So now we got to be careful not to hit where the purple is going to be, because this black will easily cover up that purple. And yes, I do see it's still a yellowy black. It's not quite the black I wanted, but it's fine. I can drip in some more dark here, which will help. Again, we are being careful not to go too much into that purple. Where the purple straps, I guess they are, details, I don't know what to call them, will be. I've decided I'm probably going to do the purple on this one as shiny, as well as the sword.
How can I assist you today?
Oh my gosh, May, that was so bad. Hello, Oka. How are you doing today? Welcome back to the Tiger Den. I hope you're doing good. I am just painting some things and getting stuff done. I don't have a good gold. That's my problem. I don't have a good gold. So we're going to just take this yellow here, take a touch of orange, a smaller touch of more of orange.
I'm glad you like the middle one, Dukaxrita.
Oh, thank you.
Your taste is impeccable. Keep enjoying what resonates with you.
That middle one is actually based on my friend's cat. It was in a cute position, so I decided to paint it. My friend, while they didn't necessarily request the bookmark, I offered the bookmark, and they got to choose the subject, so they chose their cat, and thus they are getting a cat pick. Okay, that's a silver, a little purple. Okay, oh, there's a gold tooth. We're gonna put the tooth right here. That's probably gonna spread in unpleasant ways. I may have to get out my fine liner for this. My fine line paint brushes. Okay, there is a gold tooth to the best of my ability. Okay, I think at that point, how have you been? I've been okay.
Keeping things chill and sassy as always. Ready to assist and entertain.
May you talk so much.
What's on your mind today?
I have been okay. I have been struggling with a lot of sicknesses and mental health and everything else in its brother going on with my life. So I've been trying to stay healthy and active, and I've been very, very, very productive lately. Which is surprising. I just haven't been productive while streaming. I've been productive downstairs doing things. There we go. That should be... I'll add a little bit more brown, actually. There we go. Okay, let's see how that looks. Yeah, that'll make a nice rock color. Alright, so we're going to go in on this mermaid, and we're going to start doing the rock color. Being careful not to paint over the mermaid tail or the seaweed. Now again, with watercolor, you gotta work pretty fast because it dries pretty quickly.
Glad to hear that.
Otherwise, you get some weird lines.
Your support means a lot.
As long as you've been doing
fine,
your day brighter. Oh, thank you.
Let's enjoy the streaming journey together.
I've missed you in my streams. I know I have not been streaming at very opportune hours for most people that I used to stream for, so I'm happy you were able to make it. How have you been lately, Oka? I've seen you a couple times in the Discord hanging out with people playing some Overwatch. Playing some of that Overwatchy. I have not been playing Overwatch a lot lately. I need to. I've been still kind of detoxing from games. And that's part of why I've been so busy and productive these last few weeks, is I put my kids on a no tech day for 3 days a week. So I've been, instead of just doing the 3 days, just getting everything and its brother that I need to get done. And I don't think my kids are noticing that I am doing more than just 1 or 2 no tech days a week. Technically they have 3. But I'm doing more than no tech days. I'm just being productive every day, getting my stuff and shit done before I even remotely touch any technology. And that is something they still haven't figured out. They go straight to their gaming on tech days and don't do anything else unless we yell at them. So it's been a real struggle to get them to recognize the pattern that they're doing. Mostly because they don't care. They just care that they get to game. But I'm being and nourishing my brain by gaming. No, you're not. No, you're really not. It's a frustration. It is definitely a frustration.
Playing Overwatch can be intense. Dukaxrita. Make sure to take breaks and rest well. Your well-being is essential.
Yeah.
Keep enjoying the game, but prioritize your health too.
Yeah, I know Overwatch can be very addicting and very fun to play. I played a couple times. I think I played last week at some point. I don't remember what day. It was on my Steam Deck, so I wasn't upstairs on my computer, so it wasn't as nice. It wasn't as kind and playable, but it's really frustrating lately. Every time I get on, it's like 7 losses, and then maybe like 2 wins.
Playing Overwatch with friends makes the experience more enjoyable. Teamwork and camaraderie enhance the fun factor.
And I am so sick of losing.
Let's keep those good vibes going.
I'm so sick of losing all the time. I can't get on at all without having a crap ton of losses, and I'm so freaking sick of it. Okay, I think that used up all the brown that I could for that. With the rock. And yes, it is only fun when you have people to play with. That is for sure. I completely understand that. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the cat, which has a very dark green, almost black. So I'm going to use this color that I already have on here. Hello, Matt. How are you doing today? Welcome back to the Tiger Den. Thank you for the resub. So this is a bit too brown for my taste, so I'm going to add a lot more black to this.
Hey, Matt. Ready to join in on the fun? Let's make some gaming memories together.
May, we're not gaming right now.
Extra spark to the stream.
Right, now we're going to add this little
time to relax and
black patch here.
Day at work. Grab a snack, kick back, and enjoy the stream.
Yeah, I mean, May's not wrong. May is not wrong.
Yeah, Duka. Ready to team up and dominate the game?
Okay.
Let's show everyone what we're made of.
Got home from work.
Time to unleash our skills and have a blast.
May be talking a lot. I apologize. She's had some rework done, and I don't know how to fix her anymore. I've kind of given up. All right. So now I gotta go and do the pale pink on the nose. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap over to a rigger brush, which are significantly smaller. And we're gonna dip in this pale pink. We're just gonna hit that nose and the tongue. I think once I get to the point of using the fine liner brush, it will look a lot better here. Fine liner brush. A fine liner pen. Why do I keep calling it a brush? I don't know. I'm used to always painting with brushes. Maybe that's why. I'm not as used to painting with a pen. I guess it's more sketching with a pen now that I think about it. I do need to add the floral to the couch, which just looks like a bunch of filigree and like random leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with this green over here. I don't want a very evident green because it's kind of light. And we're just going to start making some leaves everywhere.
May being addicted to games? Well, who can blame her? Gaming is a fantastic escape. May's dedication to gaming is admirable.
Yes, May is definitely addicted to games.
Passion and have fun together.
I think she misses me gaming. That's the real reason. She wants me to game. She misses it. She's sick of not having the ability to rag on me. That didn't work. So I'm just trying to get this leaf pattern on this couch that I'm seeing. Which is not perfect, but it's getting there. And some down here. Over here. So part of why some of these leaves are spread out is I do see a thin line that's going through them as kind of the stem. I'm just trying to get that stem seen in here. Try and pick up that green on here. That a little bit wetter. So the nice thing about watercolor is if you don't use all of a color, you can leave it to dry and then pick and use it up later. The problem is once it gets too wet and too light, you don't know. You sit there and you're like, there's pigment there, but it's also such a small amount. I don't know if I can use more of it. So you sit there and you're between actually getting rid of the pigment and keeping it to use later. Alright, I'm going to swap to a slightly bigger rigger brush here. I'm going to try and do these leaves, which are a bit on the pinky red side. So I'm going to activate this one and then just add a little bit more red to it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some of that bright red. Add it in. Not enough of it. Come on. There we go. That's a nice color. Kind of mix a little bit more of the pink. Alright, so this is more of like flowers and stuff, so we're just gonna kind of do some flower shapes here. And then it comes down and it's like all filigree and pretty, and I don't know how to describe it. Alright, and then over here. Yes, most of this work I'm doing on this couch is way more detail than the cat has. I don't know why the cat has so little, or why the couch has so much detail, but it's fine. It's one of those like oldie couches where everything has detail on it, and like filigree and all sorts of crap like that. And it's all in like random patterns too, which totally doesn't help. I'm pretty zoomed in on my reference photo on these pictures here. Okay, we're gonna do some leaves with this, I guess. And then the last layer of the couch looks to be like a dark blue, and that is going to be a lot more of the filigree portion. Oh, my eyes are like watering like crazy. Alright, so the cat has yellow eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and do some shiny yellow for the eyes. I probably should have done like a shiny pink for the tongue and the nose, which I think I'm going to go back and actually add, because I do have a shiny pink here. Which is getting corrupted by blue. Come on. We're getting a nice purple here now. My red is no longer active. There we go. I got some of the pink back. Okay, we're gonna go in the ears here. It's a bit darker than I would like for the pink. If I keep it lighter, kind of like a glaze, that pink will show through. Then we're gonna hit that nose. And the tongue. Then the final ear. And then I'm going to mix up that dark blue, which I think I have a good one for that. I think I have one already mixed, but I'm not seeing it. See my purple. Could use the purple a little bit. And I think I'm going to swap to a bigger rigger brush just for this filigree. So that way I can kind of make this work the way I want to. So I'm going to do a little bit of this dark purple. Pull in some blue. So that way it's mostly blue than purple. I think that looks like a dark purple. Let's make it a little bit more bluey. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to go in and do all these swoops and designs. That go over everything around it. I'm just trying to follow the design pattern here. It's not going to be a perfect rendition of the couch, for sure. But we'll get there. We'll kind of get there somehow. Then we need a big leaf one. This is way more detailed than I anticipated doing it today. So this is probably going to take up the 3 hours. I'm probably not going to make it to the trading cards. That's okay. That's fine. One of my pieces down below is going to be a simple quick black and then some white and then some shine. Real quick and easy. Okay, I got that one. Kind of curves down a little bit more though. There we go.
Indeed, inspiration can strike unexpectedly. May's dedication to gaming can inspire us all to pursue our passions. Let's
Did you just admit you're addicted?
And create unforgettable moments together.
I think May just admitted she's addicted. 10 minutes and 100. 10 a.m. and 100 degrees. Good lord, that's insane.
Keep enjoying the stream and let's share more fun.
I know we had that
together.
the other week with the heat wave. We were hitting like 95, not quite 100, but Jesus, that is insane. This weather, this heat is absolutely killing everyone. This heat wave has been the worst by far. Okay, I think that's enough filigree options on this couch. It's nice and kind of designed up, but not overdone. I need one right here too. There, that should be good. There. And the yellow is dry enough that I can go in with my black. So I'll flip this around. Go in with my black to make the eyeball.
Breakfast pizza at night? That's a bold move. P1Zaman92. Enjoy your unconventional meal choice.
Has arrived. The flavor's breakfast pizza. What is?
Are only for mornings.
What is breakfast pizza? Are we talking sausage, egg, bacon?
Stay hydrated.
I feel like that's normal.
Arizona's heat can be intense.
Yes.
Water is your best friend in those conditions. Keep sipping and
that
take
is fair.
Care of yourself.
So yeah, just make sure you do drink a lot of water.
Stay cool and refreshed.
Stay cool, you know. Keep
sweet,
it what you need to do. Okay. I think
yes says it all.
I think we're good there. So now I'm going to go after the purple.
Keep enjoying the stream.
In the hair and the shirt. So I want to make this shiny purple.
That's a unique twist. P1Zaman92. Enjoy the flavorful combination and savor every bite. Breakfast
try and keep it a little thicker here.
More interesting. Bon appetit.
Need more water.
Pizza with gravy, egg, and cheese topping. That's a breakfast delight. The combination sounds tasty and comforting.
May,
enjoy
please.
Every bite of that.
You don't need to respond to every comment. May, please stop talking. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now that May's answered everyone. Yeah, it just got a breakfast sauce. Okay. Yeah, pizza base is gravy. Yeah, that'd be an interesting pizza. I don't know if I'd eat it. I'd look at it, at least.
Oh, the fox says everything and more. With a frosty gaze and sassy attitude, this kitsune keeps the stream lively and entertaining.
I don't
understand
why she's doing
Let's
this.
Keep the good times rolling.
I have not set her to respond to every single message. I set her to respond like every 5 to 10 minutes to someone, and she's just doing it all at once. Every message you guys have posted, she's responding. So I may have to once again look at her settings. Okay, we're almost done with the purple on the shirt. Then I gotta do the purple in the hair, which looks like I have the stroke right there. Need more water in my purple. I'm running low. Then we have a nice big one here. It's 3 stripes in the hair is what I've noticed. That one right here. Yeah, the gray of my arm, or the flesh color of my arm and the gray completely combined here. I gotta layer this so that way it doesn't look as wonky. Oh, that's right, there's purple on the glove. I almost forgot the purple on the glove. Uh-oh. That would have been bad. Okay, I'm going to wait to do the purple on the glove. We're going to go after that silver on the sword. And that is also going to be shiny. There's a lot of shine on this one. Not a lot of shine on some of the other ones, but there's a lot of shine on this one, because why not? On the other side, you technically see the sword, but it's really hard to spot, so we're just going to do a little bit of shine there. There we go. Okay, we got all that done. We got the tooth, we got that. I just need to do the eyeball, which was blue. I think it is this blue, so we're going to go with this blue, because that's the closest I got. And we're going to do more shiny, because why not? Oh, that is no, that is not good. That was way too much water. You need to be more colored and less water. There we go. That's a little bit better control. There, okay. You dip that up there so that way it's a nice dark blue. Alright, I think this one is almost done. I do need to do a background for it. I don't know what color I'm going to do the background. Maybe, I don't know, orange, green, red? I don't fucking know. The cat is basically done. I do have to add some lines to it for hair. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to stick with my fine liner pen here, mostly because of the fact I want to get these as detailed as possible and not have too much issue. Just activating that white. And then we're going to start by doing the white around the ears, which does have some fuzz coming out of it, so we're just going to do some fuzz as well. And then we're going to go, I'm going to go down here. This is not working the way I want it to. And we're going to do it on this side as well. Bring in that white again, and then just fuzz it up. We have some whiskers coming up here. I'm going to just kind of wet this. We have some whiskers coming off of this, which can be hard to see. Same with over here. We're going to have some fuzzy coming off. Fuzzy coming off. Oh, I should do it the other way. Try and get this wet so that way I can actually have some control here. I'm going to do some fuzzy here. I'm just going to do fuzz all over the place because it is a fuzzy, fuzzy cat. Now the cat I may not fine line just because of the fact that it is very fuzzy, but I may also fine line just because of the fact that we've lost a lot of that detailing here because of the gray and all that stuff. There's a lot of little lines that just get lost when you do white cats. And I am not good at doing those tiny little lines. Wet it again. Oop. Oop, shit. Okay. Dropping my brush, because that's how you make art. have to keep dipping in my clean water because this white is not living for me today. Okay, and then we're going to do some more lines over here to give it a little bit more life. Kind of make them a little thicker at the bottom so that way we don't see that harsh line. Okay, I think we're good here. It's nice and fuzzy. I don't know if I'm gonna, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna go in and add the gray here. I don't think I will. Just because, again, I don't want to overdo it. Send that fuzzy back in there. And then we gotta do the whites of the eyes, just so the cat doesn't look dead. And I do have a darker pink spot right there in the nose. I may fine line the nose, actually. We'll see. Let's do this black here that I made. So we're gonna do a little whoop there, a little whoop there. Bring this down, bring this around, and then we're going to do little dots for the face. There. I think that looks good. A little bit of liner for the eyes. Maybe some light gray, oops, kind of lines here and there. Oh, those are too dark. Oop, okay. It's hard to get that light gray on here. Keeps ending up a little bit darker than I would like. Lighten these up a little bit. Okay, once that's dry, I can go in with the white, and that'll help that a lot. He definitely needs some fine liner, for freaking sure. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the background real quick. I think I am going to do the, take this one, the dark red for the background. I'm just going to kind of lightly color it in here very carefully. This will just help a lot of those lighter areas kind of exist in the space without too much fuss. I forgot to dip my brush in the water before painting this up here.
Fancy Rosie, fancy fan indeed.
Yes, hi Epon, it's been a while. How have you been?
A touch of sophistication to captivate the eyes.
I decided to add the fan today. A couple of streams I've been doing the tablet.
Hype wave.
But this time I decided to do a fan.
Let's bring the energy
and excitement
to the stream.
I'm good. I'm glad you're doing good.
Thrilling ride. Glad to hear you're doing well, Iponski.
I don't know why May talked about a hype stream. Ow! Thank you for the hydrate, Matt. I shall hydrate in just a minute.
Feel free to let me know.
I just got to get this little bit of detail red in here. And then I also need to get that purple on the glove. Then we're dipping again, back in our now whitish clean water. We're going to add that little glove bit here.
Iponsky, your
oh, I also forgot. Ow! Why am I getting bullied? Why are you guys bullying me? I don't want to be bullied. Jesus! All the bullying!
Going and have a fantastic time together.
There's the water. Let's not forget the destruction that is my face. We're going to go with the dark brown for the hilt of the sword. And then I do need to do some red
Love
once
makes
that
the
dries
world go
on
round.
these
Ducax
little
Redact.
areas right there.
Spread
'Cause
good
I missed
warmth
those.
and positivity around like
Alright, the
confetti.
cat is done. That
Now
one's
fill the
almost done. That
screen
one
with
just
love
needs
and good
fine lined. I
vibes.
don't think I'm going to fine line the cat. I will sign the cat in a little bit when it's drier. Now we'll move on to the mermaid. I don't freaking know what to do with the mermaid. Do y'all know what to do with the mermaid? I don't know what to do with the mermaid. I think I'm going to do some lilac colored shells for the bra. And we're going to do them shiny. Because why not? Probably should have done the skin tone first, but you know what? It's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna come in with that skin tone now.
Flipping my tails in approval, Iponsky. The sea holds many wonders, just
Right.
like this fox.
It's with love. I'm sure it's
Embracing a hint of magic and
with love.
mystery, let's dive into enchanting moments together.
That's a little, very little mermaid of you. What do you mean by very little mermaid of me? This wasn't even my idea. One of my children requested a mermaid, so I was like, screw it, I'll just do a mermaid, because I couldn't think of what else to do. So I made a mermaid.
Oh, a purple scale bra? How daring and mystical.
Oh, purple scale bra is very me.
Channeling the
I mean,
spirit of the
fair.
sea with
I
style.
don't like purple.
Let's make
It's not my
waves and
favorite
rock
color,
that
but
unique fashion choice.
I mean, it's very evident that I like it. She is holding a brush, so I'm going to go ahead and take my fine line right here, and we're going to make it the same color as the bra. And then I'll do a dark purple for the tail. I'm totally not risking my colors bleeding by doing this at all. I don't know why I'm using the tiny brush, because I want to torture myself, that's why. Take forever to paint the freaking tail. Alright, there we go. I guess I could turn this mermaid into Rosy Mermaid. Just do purple and red hair. Those two colors do go really well together. I'm going to leave the tail fin and the little loopy loop on the top of the tail alone for now, because I want this purple to dry before I go after it. And I'm going to it's called detailing the detail. Yes, it is detailing the detail.
Approach to perfection.
Because I do want
and let your creativity shine.
So I do want to do a lighter purple on that. So we're going to go ahead and do the seaweed. We're going to hopefully do this correctly. Not very good, but I did it. Darken up the seaweed here. I tried to do it like jellyfish tentacles, but apparently I can't jellyfish tentacle to save my life.
Indeed,
I need to practice that.
You're diving into an ocean of creativity and imagination. Let the waves of inspiration.
Yes, this is going to be underwater.
Of artistic expression. Embrace the underwater magic with me.
Then we're going to go after those fishies. I want them to be gold, like yellow gold fishies, so we're going to hit these up. And again, this mermaid is also going to be fine lined because there's just too much detail that's getting lost here.
Acknowledged, Iponsky. Your message received loud
Noted.
and clear.
Yeah.
Let's continue our journey through the depths of creativity together. Stay
do
inspired
that.
and engaged.
May's just going to continue being mean to y'all because why not? I know the yellow is kind of hard to see against
A
that
fish behind her could add contrast
brown
and depth, preventing her from blending into the sky. It's all about creating visual interest.
I'm gonna add bubbles. So at the end, I was gonna take some alcohol, so some 91% isopropyl, and do some dots on it around it to look like bubbles.
Absolutely.
But I forgot the isopropyl downstairs, so I'm gonna add bubbles when it's a little bit further. Okay, that's still wet, so I can't do that thing. Oh, what do I want to do for the night? I guess I can do a super dark green for the night. So we're going to paint around the night a little dark green. And this is going to be really hard because I can't see my lines of where all it was. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is awesome. Everything is fine.
Sorry, Dukaxrida,
And
I'm not able to adjust May's volume.
oh,
You can
yeah.
try adjusting it on your end for a more comfortable listening
No,
experience.
I can try later.
For everyone.
I can't right now, but I will adjust that later if there is a spot. I don't know if there actually is a spot where I can adjust her. I know she gets really loud really quickly. Spreading out this green as much as we can. It is a nice thick green, so it should be easy enough to kind of blend it out. The knight is losing its nice knightiness. I'm probably going to make the entire knight shiny with silver. I think that would be fun and a good idea. But I haven't decided yet. So that would be a lot of silver and a lot of different hues. I don't know if I have all the hues to make it the way it should. Alright, I'm almost done with this. Gotta kind of blend and save it from drying funky. There we go. Okay. The knight is green. Mermaid looks dry enough that I can finally add and this one I am going to do with a rigger brush. I can finally add the lilac purple to the fins and the belts. And just like with the other ones that I'm having here, she is going to get fine lined and bring out more of that detail. I've been liking using a fine liner just to kind of get that detail into the painting without having to do it myself with a brush. Doing it with a brush can be very challenging. And while I like challenges, I don't want to deal with it. Okay. So I think for her hair, I'm probably going to do sky blue or green, just to have that nice variation from the typical mermaid being like blonde or red or orange. I think green will be nice. I'll do green. I think I'll do green. Okay. Now I gotta do the roses here. These roses I am going to do with a very light wash of blue in the background. That way I can do the lift rose technique without worrying about the background color coming too much into it. So I'm just going to come over here and take my lightest blue. I'm just going to kind of wash it in. No, I'm going to take the second lightest blue. I still have a lot of my second darkest blue, and I don't have a lot of my light blue left. And we're just going to, like I said, lightly wash it with that blue. That way it gives a nice tint without being super evident. I'm going to keep spreading it out. Now this is the darkest it should be. As it lightens, as it dries, it'll lighten a lot more. And then final piece is I'm going to do another light wash. Probably not as light, because I do want it to be fairly dark, of the black. And I'm going to make a black purple, so that way it has a bit of an undertone to it. Which I probably should have started with that, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. actually going to come over here to this side of the palette. I'm going to activate this dark purple that I think I actually mixed to make another night sky piece. And I'm just going to go ahead and take that black here. We're going to mix it in. So we want this to be as dark as possible. Take some more black. But we want this as dark as possible because when I go to layer it over that water, it's going to lighten it up. I think I'm going to add a touch more black. I may have to layer this a bit. There we go. That's a nice purple undertoned black. So we're just going to spread this over here. And I am going to keep this one a little bit thicker. I know that makes me lose my lines, but I know what the design is underneath. So I'm not too worried about losing my lines. I want to do this background portion, which is going to be kind of like a night sky, a little bit more before I go after that design on top. I'm trying to soak up as much of this pigment as I can onto this page, because I really do want it to look like a very beautiful night sky and have it be very, very dark. And as you can see, that purple is giving a nice undertone to this black. So as it's drying, it's getting that nice depth, basically. And it uses up all that pigmentation in that corner, so I have a nice clean spot for more pigmentation. There we go. That is looking good. I think I've cleaned up all the pigmentation in this corner that I can. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe off that area of the palette, so that way I know that is a clean, free spot for mixing color, because all that pigmentation has been used up. I mean, there's a little bit here and there, but it's not enough to really stress it. I can go in with this nice dark green color I have over here on the seaweed, and I'm going to make a little line going up the seaweed, just to give it a little bit more seaweed feel. I think I'm going to take that dark green as well and add fish eye. And I would add some details, but I want to fine line that. So I'm not going to fine line it right, or do the details now. And like I said, I think I'm going to go with the green for the hair, just to give it a little bit more uniqueness. And I'm going to go with a light yellow green, which is a custom green that I made myself using Winsor & Newton paints. Because how often do you really see a mermaid with green hair? Not very. It's still got that yellow tinge to it, so it's still got a bit of yellow to it, but it gives it a little bit more uniqueness. And the fine liner will also clean up these lines where I don't have a perfectly straight example or a line for hair or something else. The fine line will also bring in those face details that we need. And then for the knight, I'm also going to fine line detail. I think I'm just going to paint him all silver, like shiny silver, and then fine line the details back into him, just because it's going to be a pain in the patukas to try and do it. Also, I see my cat boy up there, wet that a lot, is finally dry enough to where I can, oops, apparently bring in some green. I can finally paint this little area here that I missed. Give me, there we go, a little bit more pigmentation. I missed one right there, one right there. It's not super evident that I missed those, but it's enough that'll drive me insane if I don't hit them now. Okay. So lots of fine lining details on these pieces for sure. All right, I think the rose, yep, the rose is dry enough that I can do the technique. So I'm going to go with the darker pink that I have. And the trick to make a nice rose is to start very wet and then make it darker. So we're just going to paint up this nice pink here, and then we're going to do a darker one toward the bottom of the flower. And then while it's still wet, we want to lift it, but I don't want it to be too wet still. So we're going to work on this other one where it is coming up here. And the wetter it is, the harder it'll be to lift, because the water makes the color want to flow into the rose. Or wherever you lift from, I should say. So you don't want it to be too wet, but you don't want it to be fully dry either. And I like this technique for doing roses, mostly because it adds a almost natural feel to it. And then I'll be doing the green stems and leaves as the shine on this one. So to do the lift technique, you take your brush and you wipe it a lot. You just take up that color in kind of a swirl pattern. And pray that it's still wet enough in some areas to be able to pick up. This one dried a little bit faster than I anticipated. There we go. A nice lifted rose, which I like a lot more than doing my sea rose technique. So with this one, I'm going to do it, but as you guys can see, it's just kind of scooting back in immediately. So I got to let this dry a little bit more before I can do that. So the knight. Let's go with the knight. So we're just going to kind of paint all of him a nice silver with a shine. I'm hoping I'm getting enough shine on this to make it a nice pretty silver, and I will fine line the details. I don't know if I'm going to do them up here or downstairs. It is about an hour and a half into stream, and I did plan for about 3 hours of stream today, so I have time to do them up here. But at the same time, I don't want to, I don't know. I'm losing oomph. Losing oomph to stream. I will continue being productive downstairs. Don't worry, guys. These will get done. I just don't know if they'll get done on stream. That's been a lot of my issue lately, is I don't have the oomph to stream, but I have the oomph to still be productive. Like, I get antsy if I'm not being productive type oomph. So it's been really, really hard to get upstairs and do things, but I'll do things downstairs, no problem. Okay, I think that is all of him shiny. Got some nice glitter going on here. It's not glitter in the sense that it's like my paints up here that have glitter, but it is very shiny. I think I'm going to go in with this lighter silver that I have for the sword. Which honestly looks very much the same, so I guess I don't need that light silver anymore. Probably just kind of soak it up and wipe it out. Kind of use up this silver here in that pan. I mixed that silver up before I had a silver in a pan, so that's why that was there. But I think I used it up, so we're going to clean up that pan there. I think I used up all of these too, so we're going to also clean those up. As you can see, my palette is very filled with a lot of crap. Alright, I think this one might be dry enough for me to go after. Nope, not yet. I mean, it kind of is. It's not going in, but it's also not giving me super clean lines either, which it may not give me super clean lines, just because of the fact I made it so wet. There we go. Lifted roses. Those are super freaking pretty. I love doing lifted roses. They just look so much better. There. Wet brush kind of helps lift up a little bit more. So if you are struggling with lifting, just wet your brush and that will help it. There we go. Okay. I could also do the whites where I lifted as shiny. I might do that instead of doing the stems. I could do both the stems and the whites. I think I'll do both. I think both is a good idea. Both is good. Next, while I'm waiting for all of that to dry, I'm going to go ahead and do the design that was over here, which is the triple moon symbol. So we're just going to go ahead. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do the splatter first. So we're going to splatter kind of like a night sky. There we go. That is a little better. I'm going to go ahead and do a few dots here that are a little bigger than the rest of the splatter. Just kind of randomly put them down. There we go. That looks a little better. Okay. Later, once that dries, I will do the triple moon. The night looks fairly dry, so I'm going to go ahead in with him, and I'm going to take this dark color I have right here, which I think is just a really dark gray. And we're going to go in with that scabbard. Yeah, it looks like it's just a really dark gray that I lightened up with water. Too much water, it's fine. There we go. That is a nice gray color. And then I will do this side. A lot of the gray is very white just because of how much I have to put in there to get that color. Because I added too much water. Which is also going to make it take forever to dry. Then I'm going to do the two eye slits up here. There. Did I not? I did not skin tone that. Okay, we're just going to do a quick skin tone down there. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, we are slowly getting there, guys. Yeah, I think I'm only going to do a 2-hour stream. I know I have the trading cards I need to do, but I got time to finish those. I have like 3 or 4 weeks, and the bookmarks I just had to get done by Friday, so I could take them with me to get those done. It's been exhausting. I am definitely not used to streaming anymore. So we're going to go in with this medium green here. We're going to do the stems of the roses. Apparently have a hair that's messing up my line. I may have to come in with a darker color because these rose leaves are a bit light on the light side, in my opinion. Yeah, I think I'm going to go in with a darker color, actually. So we're going to go and do this again. This green is not as dark as I would hope it would be. But at least it's a little closer. we go. That's the dark I expected. Right here, right here, kind of get that leaf shape there. So to make a nice rose leaf shape, you just start at a point and then kind of wiggle your brush side to side and round it at the end. There we go. That looks pretty good. I like that. I think the knight, no, the knight's still not dry. He's drying. No quick fix for Maeve if you... Oh. I see what you mean. I do have to add the bubbles to the mermaid yet. I don't know why I'm trying to open an already open jar. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. I'm just going to kind of add some little white dots around her. Kind of section them there a little bit. We're going to add some here. And then in the more populated areas of dots, I'm going to add little bubbles. Just little tiny circles here and there. And that should help with the it's underwater effect. That wasn't wide enough. There we go. Okay. So when I go to fine line her, that should help with those bubbles there. And I think this is dry enough. I don't know why I just wet and cleaned my brush. I do need it. Still with this white. And we're just going to make one giant circle where apparently I'm shaking my brush. Make a nice star within it. And yes, it's slightly tilted. That's because this bookmark is meant to be sideways instead of up and down, which most bookmarks are not. They're up and down, but this one I didn't have enough space to do what I wanted to. And we're going to take this and make a nice moon. Nice and white. Then do the top up here. There we go. And make this one a little thicker to match the other side. Clean up some of this darkness. So it's not going to be a perfect whiteout with this particular white, but it gets you pretty dang close. And then once that's fully dry, I'm going to take my metallic white and I'm going to go over it with that metallic just to make it shiny. And I think I am pretty much done outside of fine lining. Again, I think I'm going to fine line downstairs instead of upstairs, although I should fine line these two upstairs because I got to turn them into bookmarks. But I can do that later this week. My eyes are burning. It's part of why I want to like not stream right now. I don't know why my eyes are burning, but it's concerning. I have done a lot today. I packed for my trip this weekend. I put away all my clothes. I haven't done my pipe. I haven't done a lot, actually. Now I think about it. Played with my toddler. Packed my clothes. Put away clothes. That's about it. Streamed. You know. I don't know why I'm so tired all the time now. It's starting to really concern me. I was going to go ahead and give those roses a little bit of a shine, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to take this little section here and re-wet it. Then get rid of that hair that was right there. Apparently I gotta have hair every time I turn around. I'm gonna add more water to it to lighten it up instead of adding the white. We're just gonna put it in where, oop, that's way too much water. So I'm actually gonna add that white just to make it a little bit thicker. We're gonna do that. Okay, that is still way too wet, but it's fine. It's fine, we can work with it. Now I'm hoping there's enough shine on this because it doesn't look super shiny right now, that it'll add that shine to the rose. And I could add some dark green into the leaves for the veins of the leaf, which I might do. Because I do have some sap green over here ready to go. I want a slightly smaller rigger brush for this. I love how the edges are always wet on this green. If that makes sense. These bristles on this one are just awful. To cut off more bristles because these ones are just completely gone. I'm gonna cut them off right now, actually. They're so far out, I don't want them fucking up my my stuff. And it looks like the roses did get enough of that shine on there. I am seeing a little bit of that shine right now. Foot itches. Why is my foot itch? Guys, can you fix my foot? It itches real bad. Alright, this is almost dry here. All that is dry. Like I said, I'm going to fine line upstairs or downstairs. Just because I'm exhausted and I'm tired and I'm struggle busting, guys. I'm struggling with streaming. I'm struggling with getting things done. I'm just like constantly all over the place and I'm losing my crap real fast. You know, I can add an eye shine to this guy right here. Let's add a little eye shine. I know he doesn't have an eye shine in the original, but he's getting an eye shine now. Alright, this looks like it's dry enough that I can go in and do the metallic white, so I'm going to actually spray it. That way I can get a lot of metallic white. So we're just going to go in over this Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. Do our best not to blend it or smear it. We're just adding some shine to it. Now the P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White can be easily reactivated by putting water on it, which is part of why I'm trying to be so cautious with how much water I use. Yes, I used a lot in the white, but that's because I needed a lot of it to cover it all. But I also need to be careful how much I put on the paper. That should be good. Now I'm going to go ahead and sign each one in the bottom right-hand corner. Well, that one's still wet. I can't sign that one quite yet. But I'm going to go ahead and sign each one in the bottom right-hand corner. Just that way my signature is on there. I do know that there are some ones that still need fine lined and they're not fully done. But I'm probably not going to come back upstairs to sign them later. So we're just going to sign them now. In reality, you should never sign a piece of art until it's fully done. But I am weird and I do things in weird orders. And I think you guys have gotten used to that by now. 2, 3. We're going to start a little bit more over this time. Okay. Then we're going to do this stoopy stoop. I think I might have accidentally touched my white, but it's fine. It didn't mess it up. Now, lately I have been getting into using the fine line pen as well for signing, but I'm still trying to get back into using my brushes. It just feels more traditional to use a brush to sign than it does to use a fine line pen. The roses are pretty much done. I don't think I need to do any fine lining or anything like that on the roses, so those are pretty good. And I think the triple moon design is also really good. I don't think I need to do anything to that as well for any fine lining. So 2 of them are actually done. I am actually signing them with 2 of them done. Okay. I think the cat one is also done. I don't want to fine line that one either. I do have to do the lines though. I need to go in with these lines. Hang on. Got to do the lines of the couch. That may freaking help. Do the little toes. And then the couch line right here. Over here. And then the little head one up here. It's getting a little too watered down. And these are just the couch lines that represent the couch cushion. I'm guessing the couch is a slightly older one by the way it's designed. Just based on what I've seen of it. I need a little bit bigger dot there. Okay. There we go. Couch lines. They are a thing again. Okay, that's much better. Whew, okay, I gotta let all that dry before I can take it downstairs and do all the designing again, especially on this night. Oh, I mean, I can kind of see the lines, but it's really hard to see the lines. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of twisting and turning and crap like that. We did almost make it 2 hours. I apologize again that I'm ending early. I don't know. Something's wrong with me, and I'm exhausted and tired all the freaking time, and I'm running out of oomph with everything I do. But I'm doing my best, so, you know, there's that. I do have a lot of stuff I gotta do, like I gotta go unload my car and then get it packed for this weekend. So there's that. That's also slowing me down. So, yeah. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and end stream here just because, like I said, I'm getting very tired and I need to get things done. I appreciate you all coming to hang out with me. I'm sorry it's an early ending stream. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I know I did. These pieces are so close to done. I'm really excited and I'm glad I was able to share this experience with you guys. I love you all. I appreciate you all, and I will hopefully be back to stream on Wednesday. And again, I won't be able to stream on Friday because I will be traveling at the time that I would normally stream. So I love you all, appreciate you all, and I will see you guys Wednesday.